G'day, 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 ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Mind, where as a Chapter 1, Season 1 veteran, I'm going to be bringing you guys the latest and greatest tips, tricks, strategies, and more to winning not only more games, but more crowns in Fortnite Chapter 6. So guys, as always, if you're keen to see us here, try and grab the crown win. Alright, we're going to be doing the hive. Make sure you guys do hit that like button and you hit that subscribe button. We kind of didn't really nail the drop there, which is a little bit unfortunate. I mean, it happens. It most certainly does. But that is okay. Right, we're going to get that shotgun. We're going to have the double pump now. Of course, ideally you want to land up there because one, there's a chest, and then two, you're going to be able to find quite a lot of, slurp bales up there as well. So quite a lot of opportunity there. Now, because we have not much health or shield right now, what I really recommend doing here, guys, in these sort of situations is one, try and either find one of your like an assault rifle, maybe an OXR or a Fury, whichever you really prefer, and then pretty much double down on going for the geysers. Now, you'll notice these geysers are littered around the place here. We do have someone else up around the corner, but of course we have no gun. But we've got no assault rifle. I tell ya, there's going to be quite a few things in the world that might not help us, but there's got to be quite a few things as well that will. And right now what we need is going to be a type of... might shockwave this. I might also save the shockwave. And this Stinger SMG as well, guys, is going to come in absolutely clutch. I do think that I've been sleeping on the Stinger quite a lot lately, especially considering just how strong it actually seems to be. You know, the damage is definitely noticeable, and I feel like Fortnite has tried to make us quite apparent to that. Alright, where are you trying to go, my friend? Where are you trying to go? Okay, I think we just jumped down on this. Very rusty on my part there. I definitely panicked. I think when you guys are going up against a John Wick, yeah, there's a few ways that fight is going to go, and you really just want to be cautious of it because these players can be sweaty. They can be quite detrimental to your game, but nonetheless, we're going to lock in here. We're going to try and calm down and relax, at least in regards to the way that we hold the mouse. And I think that is something that a lot of players do, and it's something that I do as well sometimes. I don't think anyone can be completely immune to it. But essentially, you want to try and be quite relaxed with the way that you do grip your mouse. I mean, with controller, some might say it's a little bit different. But I definitely am a huge believer of just trying to practice that mindfulness, right? When you are trying to get into these close quarter fights, these fighting situations and what have you. So, we do have a little bit of ammo here, so we can probably try and quickly grab these last bugs, and now we're going to try and make our way up and around the corner here, taking a little bit of damage, but that is also going to be fine, guys. Do you want to know why? I'll tell you why. I'm going to mark this car as well on the map. It's going to be fine because we've actually got quite a lot of these natural geysers out here. Alright, so make sure you guys are taking advantage of these geysers, alright, these hot water springs. Right, not only will they be great for trying to propel you up in the air, but additionally, they're going to be able to grant you guys that 30 health regen. So 30 health, 30 shield, whatever you guys need and more, they'll be able to do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this queen relatively low, and then we're going to go down to that car we marked earlier, and we're going to go and take it there, and then finally shoot at him for those last few shots. Right, yep. Now that he's about 1 health, we reload our gun. We make our way now over towards our car. Alright, we bring it back. And now we can pretty much finish it off, right? And we've still got a majority of that magazine clip, right? That is, I think, the secret ticket there. One of the best sort of ways you guys can get an advantage with these queen fights is to save the majority of the ammunition. Right, get it down real low, but then... Shockwave Hammer player I can hear coming on and over. I tell you, I don't think there is anything I've hated more this season than the Shockwave Hammer. There always seems to be at least one item in every season. I mean, you guys have probably noticed the same thing. If you guys have, let me know down below in the comments section. What is the one thing for this season that you have hated a lot, or at least just hated in general, maybe disliked? so far, what have you. And additionally, guys, if you have enjoyed this episode, if you're enjoying this series so far, make sure you guys do hit that like button and you hit that subscribe button. Right, and of course, if you guys are going to be buying anything in the item shop, please do use creator code SurelyItsButter. Right, when you are in there. Alright, we can make our way now. I'm thinking, look, we've got that A rank, we could probably do a vault. The vault is next to the Megazord though, and I think for anyone here, look, if we can go for the Megazord, that might actually be cool. I haven't actually done it before, so we'll see if we can make our way there. Well, this might be our very first, right, Megazord episode. I don't think it's worth it. Like, I really don't. I actually quite dislike the idea of it. But I feel like you guys need to see us do it at least once in the world, so once in a while. But let us see what we've got. Bit of an interaction there. Okay, cool little sequence there. Let us see what we can do. So there's gonna be these queens as well. So you've got the Reader's Monster. Now nothing actually happens. Like, you don't really get anything with that. We have 4 abilities, it seems. So we've got a scan. That looks kind of cool. And then we've also got a right click, which seems to be a rocket. Bit of a load up time there, so a bit of a wind up sort of sequence, if you will. Now I don't think, okay, yeah, you can do quite a lot of damage, and it does seem to be quite AoE there. Oh my god! He's not still in that car, is he? He might be inside. Okay, yeah, he's right below us here. There's going to be a stomp, I think. Oh, too late, my friend. Alright, we've got someone down the side here. I'm going to try and stomp this guy. It looks to be this spacebar. So let's see how this looks. Oh my god. Absolutely insane. And another one for good measure. Insane name as well. Getting quite a lot of shots over there. It might actually be worthwhile to go for that queen just because of how much it is damaging us. But again, guys, I'm not a huge fan of the Megazord, so we'll see. Maybe we could try and do some damage there. Not too sure. It does seem to be able to block those hits, or at least dodge them. Getting shot at from one angle here. I see him all the way around the corner. Now, there is going to be an R, which is a scan. Okay, so that is the scan ability. Oh, we do have someone down the... No. The other way there. It is quite confusing. It's very slow. And the rockets seem to do no damage to it as well, which kind of seems insane. I think our best bet is to just try and remove these other players from the lobby. Yeah, okay, there he goes. Forks and Sporks will be going down. I'm also aware of our health right now, so I kind of want to position ourselves near a vehicle. See if we can scan that over there. I'm going to mark that car on the map. Alright, and that way what we can do is we'll be able to... Hold up, see if we can aim up that hill. Okay, we did hit him for a little bit there. One more hit, I'd say. He's down the southern side. He's shockwaving away. Oh, unfortunate. Of course, this medallion, again, going to be coming in clutch. We do have someone down beneath this tower here. A couple of rockets more to go. Ah, not enough time. That's okay, guys. We do have a car down there. We have one marked as well. So I'm just going to go for this car here. Try and dodge some of those shots. Bait out to another direction. Oh, okay. That works out well for me. And we still have this queen here, so maybe it'll disappear about now. I'm now going to just continue on with the game. So we did get a couple of kills there. Not as much as I probably would have liked to get. But definitely, you know, something. Now, I'm not a huge fan of that. All in all, guys, my general thoughts on the Megazord now that we have used it, you know, sort of in the moment, is probably going to be, like, out of 10, I give it a 6. It is very, very slow. It does do a lot of damage, especially with those rockets, and the range of it and the AoE, like the area of effect damage it does, seems to be quite nice as well. It definitely feels a little bit overpowered, so I can understand why they made it really slow. I feel like that trade-off is balanced to some extent. That being said, we have a S-Vault or an S-Drop pod here. We'll quickly try and nab this. I do see that medallion player on the map as well, so I'm going to be mindful about that, and maybe we could even try and go for him. But what I would really like here is going to be a it's going to be another car. I would like one that is better rarity, like better health. I would also like a car, maybe like a G-Wagon. Right, for those of you who have already hit that like button and that subscribe button, guys, you'll know all too well, right, just how much we do love the G-Wagon. Right, it's going to be taller, it's going to be wider, it's going to have more fuel and more health, which means you'll be able to hide behind it a lot easier, as well as be able to travel around with it for a lot longer as well. So quite a lot of opportunity there, quite a lot of possibility. Just in general, you know, I think it's something that is going to be quite helpful. Now, going for these players who have an AI with them can be quite tricky, alright, especially with that Blade Blaster. Old mate flying on down here. We could try and switch seats. It can be quite hit and miss though. I think old mate has just taken him out of the car. At least his NPC has. I'm going to get him to follow us, and then we're going to switch seats. Ready? And then we jump into the driver's seat. Wrong seat, butter. Wrong seat. And we continuously drive out. Now, he has left his car, and which this is going to give us an opportunity here to take this high ground. And then we should be able to play it off in a very decent angle. Try and get some shots there on that Power Ranger. Not a huge fan of the glitch there in terms of like the look of delay. Right, when you guys are shockwave hammering around the place, it can be quite disorientating, especially quite difficult to try and land those hits. Now, there will be a fuel station behind us here, but with only a minute left, we might be risking it for the proverbial biscuit. I'm actually honestly unsure if we'll be able to make it there in time, but hopefully we will find another car there. It seems we do, so that is going to be helpful. We'll just quickly switch on and in like that, and we'll make our way back now. So in terms of how we're going for loot, look, we could get some more ammunition. I feel like more ammo for the assault rifle might be the best bet here. Some shockwaves as well. That would 100% be something I'll be taking, you know, something I'll be after. We do have another G-Wagon here. I'm going to mark that on the map, and that'll be our backup car. Oh, there was a play there. I wasn't too sure. It is going to be the Power Ranger again, though. We could probably shockwave this, to be fair. Oh, he's already shielding up. Alright, we'll try and go around to the back corner here. He's probably going to shockwave away, though, or at least hammer away. That seems to be what these players do, which is also fine. And we're just going to play around with the angles like so. Might even shockwave this. It's kind of greedy. Does pay off though. So there goes one shockwave hammer player. Alright, let us go and see what he had here. Doesn't seem to have a lot of really amazing things. I'm going to use the remainder of his flare guns. Guys, of course, never eat soggy wheat bix, as we say in Australia, or never eat shredded wheat. Grab our gun. I would like some heals, so this is going to be one of the greatest places, guys, to get these heals. Alright, is going to be inside this old black marketplace here. And we do have another car on the map there, if you guys remember, so we might actually get lucky here. No, we will not be getting lucky. We are way too late. That zone has indeed moved. How much damage per ticket are we doing here? 1 DPS. I feel like it's worth it, actually. We'll go for the car. And we can always heal up with this health, like running through other sorts of natural shields around the map. So that is going to be another thing, guys, to keep an eye out on, is going to be the natural shield. So whether these be your slurp trucks, whether these be your slurp barrels, you know, all these things and more, they're going to help, alright? They're going to be useful. Whether you guys mark them on the map, whether you guys are just making a sort of a mental inventory or a note of where they are, you know, it's also going to help quite a lot as well. So just get up around the corner here. I want to make sure that everything is reloaded. Another shockwave player up ahead here. Shockwave hammer, let us see. Of course, I want to go for high ground. We do have the medallion here. I don't like the idea of coming up the southern side of this hill, but I will now take advantage of it only because there is a gunfight. So it's likely that he is currently distracted. And I want to take advantage of that. I really, really do. We've got a gnome there. I shout out to everyone who knows about the gnomes. The gnome lore in Fortnite is definitely quite cool. Unfortunate. It was very, very close. Not too sure what he was trying to line up there. Bit of a laser-guided sort of system, I think. It's got a purple, like a purple OXR. That could be quite nice to get. Now, there is someone else on that other side of the hill. We're going to try and park the car a little bit like so. Wait for that overshield. And we can probably go for right shoulder peak here. Someone up the other side of the hill. We're about to get counterflanked here, so that is not good. We want to move on into the zone, but we do not want to be a late rotate. So for those of you guys who do not know, a late rotate is someone who is late to rotate. Now, these players will typically either be players who are maybe less so skilled, maybe they're trying to loot up, maybe they landed somewhere far away because they don't like getting into fights. You know, that's a possibility. It's also quite okay. Jump out of the car, of course. Try to avoid the explosion there. And then we can, of course, try and hide as well behind that backdrop of it. Now, we've got the zone here. We also have the ability for high ground. And potentially, we could even be able to catch him off guard here, so... Alright, there goes one of them. Should be one more, I think, on that hill as well. So, again, here he comes. His overshield is definitely down. He's still inside that zone, though. Kind of crazy he's still there. Okay, can we make it to him in time? It seems like he's just got so much health. I'm assuming he's popped a slurp juice. Uh-oh. That is what old mate was trying to do to us before. That makes a lot more sense. Bait him out to the right, slide down. And now we can sort of push up. We are maintaining this high ground, guys. As you look in the minimap on the top right hand, we have two players, but we have the high ground. Right, we are the king of this hill. I can guarantee if you guys press those two buttons right now, I will try and get you guys to win. That is the deal I will make for you here. Alright, not a lot of health there. A little bit disappointing. We did take some damage with the fall. I'm trying to right now analyze the area, right? I'm trying to figure out where these players are. Could be one in the bush. There he is. He's got that laser-guided sight there. Let us see in another moment if he wants to shoot at us again. Try and just bait some of these shots as well, especially if you guys have a very windy area like this where you will be able to sort of get back around behind cover. Overshield down, so what do we do, guys? We don't want to go for that fight. We just rotate back. Alright, now, because there are two other players, we do have that ability as well to just camp and rat it out. I hate doing this. I think it's really cheap. I think it's really cheesy. But look, when you have players who are using swarm strikes, when you have players... Look, he's got a scan medallion as well, so... Like, on one hand, it's like he might... Okay, where's that zone pulling this way? On one hand, he might actually be able to get that scan off on us, which means this bush here will be quite negligible. And additionally, we will run that risk of us not having that high ground to catch him rotating. Alright, so see if we can just... Okay, they're getting into a fight. Let's see if we can force this. Unfortunate. So close, bro, but damn that DPS. We've got Hateful Shrew here with that lead spitter, guys. If you did enjoy that episode, make sure you hit that like button. You hit that subscribe button, and as always, take care. Garnier.